What can I make today? Ooh, stroganoff with a twist. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. I'm Jim Hightower. Today we're making the perennial favorite, stroganoff, whatever perennial means, and this time it's with a twist. You know, some people consider stroganoff to be an extravagant dish because it can be made with steak or expensive cuts of beef. And in fact, when I was growing up, my parents made it with steak pieces or whatever. I don't know what it is. Then I met my mother-in-law who makes it with hamburger meat. So grab your pen and paper. Here come the ingredients. 1.5 pounds cooked ground meat. 1 can cream of mushroom soup. That's the regular can. 1 medium onion chopped and sautéed if you want. It's optional. And butter, of course. Garlic salt, Worcestershire sauce. 1 chicken bouillon cube dissolved in 1 cup of water. Half a pint of sour cream, that would be 1 cup. And parsley flakes are also optional. Now, you'll need to add 2 cups of cooked elbow macaroni. That's another twist to this recipe. You can cook it with rice. We love to put it with Grandma's Syrian rice when we make it with the expensive meat. My mother-in-law likes to put it with the egg noodles, you know, the long or Alfredo noodles, whatever. But we like the elbow macaroni because it's just a little bit neater to serve and eat. Here we go. This is so easy. It's one of those you can make it when you want to things. Here are my 2 cups of cooked elbow macaroni, and they've been drained. I would normally tell you to put a pat of butter in there, which is also like a tablespoon, but not so much. This is going to go fast. So I'm going to put my hamburger meat in, and what I did was I browned this earlier this morning, and then when I got finished I drained the grease, put the cup of water in, and put the chicken bouillon cube in there and just let it dissolve. If you're afraid it evaporates too much water, you can always add a little bit of water at the end. If you don't know what bouillon cubes are, they come in a jar, and it's just a cube of, well, bouillon powder stuff that's wrapped in a little piece of gold foil. They take a couple of minutes to dissolve, but it's no big whoop. Then, I only have this large can of cream of mushroom soup, so I'm just having to spoon out half. And that's life happening. It'll happen to you. Now, stir this up nice. Now, I honestly think it could go for a little bit more cream of mushroom soup, so I'm going to put about 1/4 more in there. You want it to be nice and creamy. And remember, with any recipe, practically, especially once you've been cooking for a while, you adjust it to suit your needs. So, I don't care if Grandma Crawley from Downton Abbey used to put in 1 teaspoon of salt. If you need a tablespoon, do it. Yeah. The next thing you need is your 1/2 cup of sour cream. Here's that 1/2 cup sour cream. Stir that in real good. Your kids, your spouse, your friends, your roommates, whatever, would probably love to do this for you. Nieces and nephews like to give it a stir too. Gotten a little dry. It's still warm down here in Texas. Good glass of iced tea is wonderful. If you don't know how to make it, go back and watch the video. Prep notes. When you're cooking your ground beef, be sure to season it. You've got your garlic salt. You've got your Tony's Creole seasoning. You've got your seasoned salt. These are family favorites. These are my favorites. And you need to check them out. They're just yummy. I like the Tony's Creole seasoning. It gives it a little bit of heat. Now, I'm not into hot things, but season it lightly till you find out how it works, and then you can go whole hog. But it's just yummy. We need 2 tablespoons of Worcester sauce. We call it Worcester. Some of you say Worcestershire, but I don't care. Something. So, you needed 2 tablespoons. There's 1. Come on. Oh, that's creepy. Exactly 2. I couldn't have planned it any better than that. I actually put just a little bit of Worcester sauce into my hamburger meat when I cooked it, because we always do. So you can't go wrong with recipes that have canned soup, ground beef, Worcestershire, and all that. Now let's see what it tastes like. Oh, now see? Slap your mama good. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can cook it straight through and take it from pot to table and serve it just like this, or you can do something else. You can make it ahead, and let's say you do, and you want to turn it into a casserole instead of, well, cooking it in a pot. Anyway, give your casserole a nice little spray. Pour it right in. Now, if you're making this before you go to work, be sure and let it cool. Spread it out. One of the best ways I've found to cool things is on, wait for it, a cooling rack. When I had my hamburger meat, I just set it on top of there and let it cool while I drank my coffee this morning. So there you go. If you make this ahead and put it in the refrigerator while you go to work, cover it with your foil, press and seal saran wrap, come home, pop it in your 350-degree oven, heat it for 20 to 30 minutes till it's nice and bubbly. And if you do make the casserole, or if you do go the casserole route, then you might want to be cheesy like we are. Get your nice bag of cheese, and it might be a sacrilege to put cheese on stroganoff, but at any rate, you might like to try it. Put cheese all over the top of it like it's going out of style, right at the end when it's bubbly, because if you put it on top and heat it for 30 minutes, you just might brown or scorch it. Do what works for you. But this is a way that you can have tasty homemade stroganoff almost any day of the week, and you don't have to break the bank by buying expensive cuts of beef. Let me show this to you as well. See, that's just yummy. If you like this recipe for homemade stroganoff with a twist, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends who like to cook or just want to learn how. Drop me a line in the comments below about your experiences with this recipe and what you'd like to see in the kitchen. Click the bell in the top right hand corner for notifications. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help, even me. So grab your pen and frigid bloppy. Fribbin' flopper. Here are my 2 cups. 2 cups. I only have this large can of cream with mush. Flopper. Now, I've said now too many times. If you like this recipe for homemade stroganoff with a twist, give it a ooh, here. If you like this recipe for homemade stroganoff, or what else you'd like to see in the kitchen,